Well, hello, Eastside congregation. This is Pastor Lane, and I am here today with a very special rendition or edition of the people in our lives, or the people who might become a part of our lives. I am privileged today to sit here with Pastor Herb Woundedhead. Some of you will recognize that name because he is the candidate that we will be voting on to be the new associate pastor at our congregation. I am here at the University Lutheran Center in Brookings, South Dakota, where Pastor Herb currently serves as a campus pastor. So hi, Herb, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. It's good to have you up here.
Well, thank you for letting us come. In a perfect world, we would have you at our own congregation to get a chance to visit with the members and to talk. But in this world of COVID-19, those things are just not possible. So thank you for being willing to sit down and have a brief dialogue with me as a way of introducing yourself to the congregation.
Yeah, you bet.
Why don't we start? Just tell us a little bit about your family.
My family is myself and my wife Lorna, who is a family resource management specialist for South Dakota Extension. And we have one son, Gabe, who is 19, and he attends California Lutheran University out near Los Angeles.
That's very exciting. Yeah, he could be doing these videos.
Yeah, right. I should have had him behind there.
Where did you grow up? What's your history been? Where have you served as pastor?
Yep. I grew up in the little town of Gayville, South Dakota, which is just between Yankton and Vermilion on Highway 50. It's known as the hay capital of the world. So I like to tell people that I've stacked more hay bales than most people have seen. So that's kind of my upbringing. Was in a Norwegian, Danish kind of community and a farming community, small church at Gayville Lutheran.
Sure.
And then from there I went to Augustana College / university.
You had the Augie advantage?
I was the Augie advantage, I like to say. No, I'm just kidding. But it was, I graduated from there in 1993. I worked at Atlantic Mountain Ranch through Lutherans Outdoors.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, for about 5 summers. I met my wife during that time at Atlantic Mountain Ranch, so I moved out to Rapid City to be with her. She was a family and consumer science teacher,
Okay.
which is formerly known as home economics
Ah,
back then. And I worked for the Black Hills Children's Home for 4.5 years before going to seminary.
very good.
And I went to Luther Seminary in St. Paul.
That's okay. That's a Wartburg grad. I am required to say
Yeah,
that's okay.
that's right. And then I graduated from there in 2004, did my internship in DeSmet and the small town of Bancroft, South Dakota, which has a population of 20. So we lived there for a year, doing a 2-point parish ministry. And then after graduating from seminary, I was called to Toronto Lutheran Parish, not in Canada. It's in Toronto, South Dakota. Town of about 200 people. And it was a 2-point rural parish for about 3.5 years.
Okay.
And then from there, I became the associate pastor at Ascension Lutheran here in Brookings. I was there for 6 years, and then came here to be called as the campus pastor. I've been here for about 6 years,
Very
5
nice.
or 6.
Very nice. What do you like to do for fun when you are not physically actively engaged in a ministry setting? What are the things that bring you joy?
Yeah, I like to play my guitar in my free time. I recently picked up the banjo. I'm not very good at it.
The banjo?
Banjo, because I like
Awesome.
some bluegrass, so that was kind of fun. We have a bluegrass liturgy that we lead here every Sunday.
Huh.
So it kind of has our own little blended worship service
Oh, very
for
cool.
that, so it's kind of
Very
fun.
Cool.
And I didn't share this. I do have a Harley
Oh.
that I bought from Kurt Osborne, who has the Cool Beans coffee here in
Sure,
Brookings.
yeah,
So
okay.
he wanted to upgrade, so I bought that. Haven't been out on it very much just because of COVID and
Yep.
summertime stuff. I love to golf,
Okay.
and I love to lift weights when I get a chance to get back into the gym again.
You sound like a very active person.
I'd like to be. My size doesn't depict that, but
Sure.
I try to be as active as we can. Yeah.
Very cool. That's exciting.
Mhm.
Well, I guess the question that's probably on many people's mind then would be, why Eastside Lutheran?
Eastside Lutheran, I think, is unique in Sioux Falls because it's got this great sort of feel to it as being a traditional Lutheran church that's been around in Sioux Falls for quite a while. but it's also got so many challenging changes in the neighborhood
Sure.
with the diversity and things that are coming in, and I really feel called strongly to work within a diverse neighborhood.
Okay.
Being a Native American in a small town of Norwegian Danes was, I've always experienced that, and it felt kind of, very, not necessarily out of water, but you would have certain challenges growing up as a minority in a white community. So it's interesting to know that I relate to that and understand some people's frustrations and fears from both sides of the fence.
Right.
So I feel that Eastside gives me the opportunity to utilize some of those skills.
Well, I would think that would give you a very unique perspective on ministry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you again for taking time to visit with me. As mentioned, we will be having a congregational vote coming up in just a couple of days, and appreciate your time. God's peace to you and what you're doing.
You bet.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming up to Brookings.
Yeah. And thank you for taking some time to watch this and get to know Pastor Herb a little bit. See you later.
Bye-bye, everybody.